Ready to start? Question?
Yeah, Rocky. I think I'm ready to start. That was me channeling my Ryan Gosling wit.
I felt it.
Thank
Statement.
you. I think. Ooh, yes. And you're doing great as Rocky. You're
Thank
really
you, thank you.
embodying the emotional intelligence of that alien. Everyone keeps calling him a rock too, and he's not a rock.
He's not a rock. He's an alien.
Exactly. It's a bit niche. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby Rocky Glaus.
And this is
A bit niche.
Was that good, Austin?
Amazing.
Very
We're
good.
virtual again, but in this very advanced society that we're in, and this virtual world where we're using resources to kill our Mother Earth, makes sense. Here we are.
That's right. And, we're sending people to space. We can also record a podcast virtually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
I knew Austin was going to bring up Katy Perry. I just freaking knew it.
Like, in
Honest
my
to God,
mind,
as soon as you said that.
I had one rule in my mind that was unspoken. We don't need to talk about Katy Perry in space.
And here's the thing. I wasn't going to bring it up either, but Austin's kind of brought it up a decent amount in his lifetime since it occurred.
It's hilarious.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's
it makes
hilarious.
me so upset that she went up there and held like a fucking daisy at the
In front
window
of the camera. Yeah.
and sang "What a Wonderful World."
Wild stuff.
Austin, didn't you say she came back and then did like a campaign for like being like sustainability or something like that? You told me that.
Yeah, I think she has like some sort of nonprofit that's based around like, recycling or whatever. Or some sort of, I don't know.
Which I mean,
Save
good
the
for her,
earth.
but I don't know. I don't think she actually cares.
Right.
Well,
she just
clearly
like
she
burned
doesn't.
like 100,000 tons of jet fuel to get
Jet fuel
into space.
to go up for a second.
Yeah, she doesn't
She
give a
cares
shit.
not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see like? Well, and after that happened, I feel like she was just on my feed for a really long time, and like clips from her tour, and they were just like really embarrassing because it was like it was so low budget.
Yeah.
It
The
seemed.
whole dancing
It probably
and
wasn't
choreography
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, it was awful.
She
Actually
was-
awful.
Like, was she trying to do like a Star Wars thing or something? Or
She's intergalactic. I don't know.
That's true. And yet, none of those clips were her singing E.T., right? Is that the song?
Yeah.
Wait, what's the song? It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Feels like
think
it
so.
shouldn't be called that. She did have some bangers back in the day, though. I will say that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone from a no Katy Perry talk to the first
Lots of Katy Perry.
3 minutes being Katy Perry. So we also haven't said what movie we're doing, except for if you're a real one, you would know.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is a little under the radar. Like,
absolutely no one knows
I know
about it.
we're probably putting you onto something.
We're ahead of the curve.
Of course, as always, famously. We're talking about Project Hail Mary today.
Hut. Hail Mary.
A sports movie.
We love a sports movie.
Sports girlies over here. This is one that Abby and I actually saw in theaters together.
The old cinema.
The old
cinema theater.
That's right.
Just two girls keeping the cinema alive and well. You're welcome.
That's true. Well, we did go to a local theater. We didn't go to a big time one because We don't do that.
Marcus. When I say that, bleep out like his first name. His first name. Yeah, no. I stand by that. Like bleep out Marcus's first name.
Or just bleep out the last name.
Yeah, but it's funnier if it's just taking out because I'm still saying Marcus Theaters.
Fair enough. Yeah,
whatever.
Which you have a vendetta against, which have we talked about that before?
We haven't, and it feels
point,
weird for being a movie podcast without having a vendetta against it. Or, sorry, without having explained my vendetta against him. Are we going to take the time to do that now? I can make it quick.
Go for it. And explain to those who maybe aren't in Wisconsin who... Mm-hmm. Or, I'm sorry, who Mr. Marcus
Blank
is.
Marcus.
Beep Marcus.
Beep Marcus. And we just to keep his identity under wraps.
Right. Respectful.
I also don't want to be kicked out of being able to eat at the Pfister Hotel, which he also owns. So really love their lunch deal. Anyways, so long-standing history with me and Mr. Marcus from the Marcus Theater Corporations. Growing up, I went to Marcus Theater, and that was like the main movie theater in our town. And for anyone who is in the Midwest, where they're mostly located in Minnesota and Wisconsin, I'm sure they're just taken over. But Marcus, the CEO, I don't know, I think that's probably still his position. He is in like the previews. I was going to call it the intro. He's in the previews. I know things. And he's always got just some chummy frickin' speech to say. And I just don't like him. I never liked him. I didn't want to see him on the screen. Wasn't a fan. Then I moved to Milwaukee, which I didn't know that that's where this guy resides, and he owns half the city. So he owns the restaurant by where I used to work, I guess. He owns friggin' Marcus Theater, a couple hotels, an art museum. Like, this man's all over the place. But he somehow is also always out and about at a piano, at a jazz show, with a tip jar out.
Why does this man need tips?
You don't need tips. You're performing at your own hotel. You own the hotel and the 3 restaurants inside of it. Put your tip jar away. That's crazy town, USA. So,
I mean,
then when
grind never stops, though.
Apparently. Yeah, he's also performed at, like, what? Is it Jazz in the Park? I think one of those.
He did?
Yes.
That's
and, like,
insane.
The band was like, we're so...
I think you were there, Laurel.
Yeah,
I was
you
there
were.
when Marcus performed.
Yes, because don't you remember? Yeah, that was the time we went. Because I think that's the only time that Austin's been. Or, like, one of few times he's been. But they had, like, announced him and were like, we are so lucky to have this amazing guest play with us. Like,
okay, so that's the backstory with
yeah, just
or Mr. Marcus.
Right. It's just I'm not a huge fan. And also we just, didn't want to support big corps.
True.
And we love Milwaukee film.
MKE we love Milwaukee film. So exactly. I will say though, yes, I will say though, Marcus on TikTok or what, like he's got some good content.
I've never seen his TikTok.
Well, not his, but like Marcus Theaters. They have some funny, funny
okay,
promos with him.
I was gonna say, I must have him blocked or something.
Content muted.
Do not like.
But Milwaukee Film also has some very good content too.
I love theirs. I do see theirs a lot. And
another
their
really
film festival is coming up very, very soon.
It is coming up. Yeah, I think it's April.
Yeah, we could probably check the actual dates of that. I mean, what is our promo going to do for them? But what?
I mean, we could talk about some of the films that I go see.
Yeah, not me.
No.
April 16th to the 30th.
Thank you, Snacked.
Thank you, Snacked. Yeah, if anyone in the area is going, let me know. Maybe we can make it a bit niche event.
You're going to go out with strangers by yourself?
No! Okay, to be fair.
I was like, what, you and Austin?
No strangers listen to our podcast, so.
Not true.
That's true.
3 people from the Philippines listening right now.
Oh my God. Hi, Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that interview with Cameron Diaz? Where she's like, oh, I love the Philippines. She's like, I grew up next to, and they're from Philippines. I have to find it. It's really funny. Anyways, okay, we've gotten way off track. Should we start talking about Project Hail Mary or anything in that vein?
Yeah. Space
We should
movies?
talk about, space movies, because part of the reason why we even wanted to go watch this and talk about it is because when Abby and I watched Wicked Part 2 in theaters, the preview for this movie came out, and Abby goes, I love space movies. It's like, okay, news to me. We'll make a whole event out of it. So I want to talk about that. Why?
Yeah, that's pretty funny because I don't remember this being the preview.
Austin looks really confused too.
Do remember he's looking up our metrics, I bet.
Oh, okay. Why do you like space movies, Abby? Where did that come from? And what space movies have you actually seen and that you like?
Okay, yeah. I was first going to mention the fact that I don't even remember
accusatory.
Well, because I don't believe her when she says she likes space movies. Like, name one space movie that you've seen.
I'll start with this. I was going to mention the fact that I don't remember seeing this preview whatsoever. I do remember prompting a conversation about me loving space movies, but I didn't remember that was when it was. But I do remember feeling attacked and questioned by you specifically. And there's a few reasons why I love space movies. First of all is I have to categorize everything and rank things. So way back when I feel like I was more of a movie watcher, or maybe just more of an anxious person where I had to have things listed, space movies was a top category, second only to war movies. I should say it was cheaper by the dozen: war movies, space movies. So
the Holy Trinity, of course.
Right. I had to rank things, and space movies were kind of just always up there, which simply doesn't fully make sense because I saw that you wanted to chat about why I love space movies, which is why we watched this together. And I said, you know what? I'll have to look them up. I couldn't really fully name a space movie I liked, but I looked up a list. And I've got a couple. Number 1, WALL-E.
Are these in order as well? Like of your favorites? No. Okay.
Just that. Number 1, WALL-E. That is the number 1 for sure. The other 2, Interstellar. These are now not in order. I think my favorite actual space movie is Martian, and that probably would have been the only one I could have named. So I guess I should say I like The Martian and WALL-E, and that's it. But together, space movies. I did look up some other ones. I've seen Interstellar. Like, I liked the Star Trek, Star Wars, if those count. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Have you seen all of them?
Yeah, at a time.
Yeah.
E.T. classic. Watched that as a youth. So
I don't know if we'll call E.T. a space movie.
Alien.
Yeah, but it doesn't take place like in space. Like that's what I think of as like a space movie. It's more like, well, okay, whatever. You define
now
it however.
She's defining of the category.
Okay, whatever. We can ask, is E.T. a space movie? Austin, have you seen it?
I don't know if I've ever seen E.T., to be honest. I know that it doesn't take place in space.
Yeah, well, he's from space and he goes there.
That's true. He does go there and come from there. So Fair enough. We'll call it a space movie.
Yeah. I have a couple other things too. I feel like one, I always as a kid had a big fascination with like science and space, and I won the like elementary school science fair in the space category.
What?
Don't ask me what I did. I just have a space badge for it. We did have like a sun heat lamp. We did something with that. Anyways, another reason is I went to John Glenn Middle School, like John Glenn the astronaut. So I think that also
heard of him?
really hammers in my space knowledge and background. One other thing that I wanted to say, generally speaking, on space movies is that all space movies to me are based on a true story. So please note that as we are describing this movie, for me, all of this actually happened to someone, and Ryan Gosling is just portraying what actually happened when someone in real life met an alien.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I agree for this specific movie because I know about the book that it's based on, but other ones, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Also,
it's just hard pressed not to.
Yeah, you know that this movie is by the same guy who wrote Martian, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Maybe you told me that. I was going to say I forgot who told me that, but I don't know who
Well,
else would have told me it.
I know I told you that when we saw the preview at Wicked Part 2, but I didn't know if you remembered that.
No.
Got it.
Don't remember that. Quick question. You believe in aliens, correct?
Yeah, 100%.
Perfect. Okay.
You too?
Yeah. I wrote it down and then I was like, I wrote it down and then I was like, this feels silly even asking.
Right. It's logical. I mean,
yeah.
How could there not be aliens? Yeah. Some kind of life form.
There literally has to be other life.
Yeah.
Austin, you believe as well? You believe?
In aliens? Yeah, probably. There's got to be something out there, right? Mm-hmm. 1 billion planets away somewhere.
Checks out.
Yeah. Have you guys seen
first?
No, I already know you haven't seen. I shouldn't have said. Yeah. The movie Nope.
Nope.
Well, I love that movie, but it's alien. It's about aliens. Okay. Well, what else? Oh, yes. One thing I do want to flag that's very important. When we were sitting in the movie theater watching the previews, and Abby was like, ooh, I want to see this. Like, ooh, I want to see that. When the previews came up, and she leans over to me and she goes, I think I'm starting to like movies. And this was very exciting for me.
Laurel was trying not to freak out.
Well, we were in a movie theater, so it's like I can't yell. But, well, some of us still do.
Yeah.
You yelled like 4 times.
If it's an appropriate timing, you can do whatever. If
Heard
you're
it here
not
first.
annoying.
That's right. So yeah, Abby is starting to like movies, which is huge. And it's only a year and a half, 2 years into making this movie podcast that she's decided she kind of likes movies.
Yeah. I'm really excited that I'm a part of the community, really.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose we can start actually talking about the movie.
I think so.
Yeah. Before we get into some like specifics of the actual story and movie and everything, after we watched it, I was, kind of looking online because before we went into it, I saw that it had really, really good reviews. Like people were calling it a masterpiece. Like this is what cinema is all about. And then I looked back at more reviews afterwards and some people were like really harsh on it. Like, people were like, oh, this is way too sappy. Like, this shouldn't even be called sci-fi. There's not enough science. It's cringy, all the jokes and all the, like, back and forth. And, yeah, what did this person say? Because I was looking at Reddit, too, of course. And, like, everyone on Reddit who talks about movies, they're just so pretentious.
They're
like,
the worst.
They really are, and they think they know everything. So this person... And this was only a tiny snippet of their, like, probably 1,000-word essay on why they didn't like this movie or didn't live up to their expectations. And they said, I walked in braced for a jaw-dropping hard science masterpiece. What I got instead was a film that repeatedly swerves into broad, almost sitcom-level silliness, often at moments when the story most needed gravitas.
Ew. Fuck you.
Like, give me a break. Give me a break. Right? Like, that's the shit that pisses me off. Other person said derivative. Like, that. Look, you can criticize a movie all you want, but, like, I don't know. Whatever. We can get into it when we talk about our thoughts, too. But I thought that was very interesting. The range of people's very strong feelings towards this movie.
Yeah. Don't love it.
Yeah.
Love the movie. Don't love those whack ass reviews.
Yeah.
Reddit reviews also.
Did you see anything online about it?
So one of the reasons I was excited to see it is because I had only seen good things. And then I was thinking about that more as we were jumping into today's episode. And I actually have only seen one person talk about it on social media. We met each other like a week ago and we followed each other on Instagram, and she's a big moviegoer, and she posted about it and was like, straight to the top of my Letterboxd. Ooh. And I was like, I know you like movies, so it's got to be good. So I actually had only heard one thing, which was positive. Therefore, my opinion formed, it's a great movie. So I was down to go.
Love that. And okay, so then what are your thoughts after watching it?
Yeah, so one disclaimer from the both of us is that we have not read the book.
No.
You're probably not shocked by that. Just kidding. I guess it's not that shocking. But I was yelled at. Yeah, I was yelled at when I told people I was going to this movie and I had not seen the book. I was like, okay, calm down.
People do that all the time. Like,
right.
Chill out.
It's like a super normal thing. I'm probably not going to read it also. Are you?
I had started listening to the audiobook because my book club picked it. I started listening to the audiobook like weeks ago, but I hadn't gotten very far just because, like, I don't really have much time to listen to an audiobook nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I might. I mean, I did that with Martian. Like, I saw the movie first and then I read the book, and the Martian book is absolutely incredible. I love it. It's one of my favorite books. And I actually liked seeing the movie first because it helped me, like, visualize some of the things because Andy Weir, Weir, I think is how you say his name, the author of both of these books, like, it's pretty science heavy, like the actual books are. So I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. So I liked seeing the movie first. So I can be like, oh, okay, so this is what it helped me visualize it more, if that makes sense.
I agree with that. Yeah. I feel like based on some of the other books I read or have read, I probably would like this. So maybe I should keep it on my list. And I agree that it probably is easier to visualize because I saw the same thing, that people who loved the book and obviously loved the science aspects of it were obviously not so thrilled because this was less of that. Do you want to talk about your first point in this?
Yeah. I mean, on that point, like, I think that's... And just to piggyback off that, just springboarding off of that point, Ab, I'll have to say it really... To me, I really enjoyed it because it wasn't that sci-fi-y. It was more of like a buddy comedy with Grace and Rocky. Also, I don't think, did they even like say his first name. I didn't realize his first name was Ryland.
So I think they said it a few times, but it was when Eva, the like kind of head of the whole project, came up to him and was like, Dr. Ryland Gray, Grace, you wrote this, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I did not realize that either. And I also am just bad at like picking up things like that too. So when in the beginning of the movie, like right when he's on the ship and he wakes up and he's going through everyone's stuff and he's opening up the box that says Grace, like one, I did not notice that it was like Sharpied on his name because I didn't even realize it was his name on there.
Same.
I was like, oh, which one of them is Grace?
No, same. I was a little late on the uptick on that as well. But I mean, that's kind of part of it too, I think, in the beginning when he's trying to figure out who he is. Like the audience is kind of trying to figure that out too. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the criticisms that some people had is like, well, in the book, it takes him so much longer to figure out who he is. It's like, okay, well, this is already a 2.5 hour long movie.
Literally.
How else are they supposed to do it, you know?
Yeah. Like we can't be sitting there for 5 minutes just watching him. Oh my God. What like
yeah. Well, and like we kind of did.
No. Right, exactly. I already like honestly, I was slightly worried in the beginning when it was just like kind of showing him bopping around the ship and I was like, holy shit, he's already on this ship. It's going to be a whole journey and this is all we're going to see. I was like, oh no, there is 2.5 hours of him just bopping around this one small little ship. I
know.
I don't know.
I had that thought too initially, especially because that was a lot of how The Martian is him kind of like bopping around. And obviously still, they do it very in an entertaining way, but I was just like, oh, is this going to be another one of those? But no, I was pleasantly surprised that it's not, and that it was like cheeky and fun. And you know, the thing that people are complaining about, like, oh, it's so cringy, like to have all these sitcom like jokes and whatever. And like maybe the first couple times I was kind of like, oh, like that's kind of silly. But then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to like sit back and enjoy this for what it is, like a fun movie. And I'm not going to put on like some pretentious film critic lens and say that it's not sci-fi enough. Like, it's just a fun, good movie.
Right.
Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah. Literally, it's not that serious. I agree. It's kind of like that guy in the front, like left-hand corner of the theater. We were there with our other friend, my sister-in-law, Carly, and we all just kind of were looking at each other multiple times like, this man is having the time of his life, and I'm here for it. Any joke, he was dying laughing.
Cracking up. And like, look, there are some funny moments. Like, all of us had a few audible chuckles. Like,
I definitely did, yeah.
Yeah. But this man...
It was
like he was at a stand-up comedy show.
Yeah. This man was here to crack up.
Really crack up.
Crack up. Awesome. We're going to have you insert that clip.
Yeah.
Really here to crack up.
We put it in the thing.
Yeah.
I really can't wait to crack up.
We're already preparing for you. We're so good at this. Yeah, that's one thing. I guess I did see when we were kind of searching for like reviews of it and that people didn't like as much, that it was less science-y than the book and stuff like that. But I think also it's just like the book versus a movie, I feel like as a movie has a much like broader range of people it's trying to cater to, who are going to probably be less of like the science-y technical and more of the fun. And I don't know if this is how his character is portrayed in the book also, but the entire time, Ryan Gosling's character, Grace, he's goofy. He's like not serious. He's bopping around. So like, why, if he met this alien or if he's all alone, would he suddenly like not be cracking jokes or whatnot? And then also, he meets this alien, and all of the like, or some of, I guess, the cheesy like quotes and things like that are based on the miscommunications and the language barrier between these two, I was going to say humans, between these two species, where they don't speak the same language. So like, for example, fist my bump, like, love that shit. That's hilarious. So Rocky, my character, the alien, you know, Grace gives him a fist bump and he's like, fist my bump. And things like that. Like, cheesy, but it's not like they're just cheesy jokes to be cheesy jokes. It's just they're learning how to communicate.
Yeah. And like at the end of the day, like this movie was very obviously made to be like a blockbuster hit, like you said, like catering towards a very like a wider demographic than just like the science and film nerds.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it hit the mark. Like I think if people don't take it that seriously, everyone can enjoy this movie because it's just a good movie and it's visually just gorgeous.
Incredible.
Like it's one that definitely, I don't think it would have hit as hard if we didn't see it in the theaters.
Yeah, I agree. It's very well done on a big screen. Another thing too, like on the guess not so serious part that I just thought of, it's something that I've always thought about myself, and sometimes I think it's what pisses me off about other people when they critique things from like a way too serious lens, because there's a million things in the world that are like extremely serious that we could be like talking about. And obviously art and cinema, it's like important. Like we talk about it all the time and stuff. But so like you can critique and all this shit. Like we hate a lot of movies. I hate nearly all movies. But one thing I do enjoy is seeing both of you shaking your head at me. One thing I do enjoy.
Dog, you do a movie podcast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
I don't know if I'm supposed to fake it like I love all these movies or something.
Okay, but Abby, every single movie we've seen just about, you've enjoyed.
Right. Every book I read, I like. Every movie I watch, I like. I like everything.
Continue, Rocky.
No, I guess I shouldn't say like I hate most movies. I hate like watching movies is really what it is. Because when I do watch a movie, I like it. Especially if I'm picking it or something. Like if Austin's picking it, I'm probably gonna not watch it very much and therefore not like it. If I'm picking it, I like a movie. And every form of like media I consume, I end up finding a way to like it. And this is one way, I'm gonna segue back into my original point of that I like to see characters that are in serious roles or like a serious job, like this fucking world-renowned, whatever you want to call him, like scientist who is incredibly, incredibly smart, or us who are lawyers during the daytime who can create a little hat and put on microphones and talk for an hour about goofy shit. And I like watching him be goofy and not only have to be like serious while also doing like serious work, because people are like more dynamic and interesting than just being just a scientist and stuff. So I like to see that. It doesn't all need to be so serious.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I really liked Grace's character, not just because like he was quirky and funny and goofy, but I liked his character arc too. And that the entire time he's basically like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not made for this. I am not cut out for it. I am not smart enough. Like, why would you even choose me? There's so many people much more qualified than me to do this. And he ends up literally saving the world. Yeah. Sorry, spoiler. But I just connected to that a lot as someone who experiences imposter syndrome a lot. But I really liked the journey that he took as well, of like figuring it out with his friend.
Mm-hmm.
I just found it very heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I think maybe some people who criticize the film for like, oh, like it's just a little too goofy or cringy or whatever. It's like, okay, well, if you actually could see past some of those like devices that they use to hook people, like there's some pretty deep themes in here. So like it's not just a cheesy blockbuster film, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some more stuff going on. So I don't know. All that to say, like I really liked his character. I loved Rocky.
Gem.
Did you love Rocky? Yeah.
I loved him. Loved him. Yeah. I guess maybe we can chat about him for a bit too, because I love him so much. And I think when I got out of the theater, I was like, he reminds me of Wall-E, which, as we know, is one of my favorites space movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love that little guy.
He's just like, he's so good, pure-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
And I cried a couple times in this film. I'm not afraid to say it. Abby didn't cry, which is a first.
Yeah, I normally cry at nearly everything.
Mm-hmm.
Could have gone either way with this one.
But Rocky was definitely one of the reasons that I cried. And at multiple times too, not even parts where you think like something bad has happened to him, but when he's like, you know, I want to watch you sleep and I want to protect you and those kind of things, like that just really got me, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there was so many
and the
times
connection between them.
Oh my God, like my heart. I can't. So pure.
Yeah, I love that little thing, that little guy. I don't know what to call them.
Yeah.
But I saw a review too that was saying like, you know, this movie is like not for sci-fi nerds. Like it's about if you want to see an alien and compare it to your dog. And like basically this is just like a movie made for Americans. It's like, fine. Yeah, that's okay. Like I think everyone probably sees their dog in Rocky a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
'Cause he's loyal to a fault, perhaps.
Exactly. That brings up, I guess, unless we have any more specific Rocky things, but I do have a question about Rocky, and I know we have then other questions just about the movie as well. But your point about this being for Americans, as we were just talking now, I didn't fully think of this, but a big question I had was, and we said it to each other in the theater quietly, is, I'm sorry, how does Rocky know English? Like, as in, I want to know if they explain that more in the book, because they come up with how they're going to communicate, and it starts with numbers and a clock, and they try a tape measure and all of these different things. And then suddenly, Grace just starts to say English words to Rocky, who says the word back in his language.
Yeah, exactly. That I'm hoping that's better explained in the book, because it's like, how did we make this jump where Rocky is smart enough to just instantly understand English almost like perfectly with like a few translation issues, but they clear those up really quick, you know?
Very quick.
And maybe his kind is just much more advanced. But then at that point, why can't he speak English too?
Right. Yeah. And I think it just comes down to the fact that like this is for Americans, and the language that they end up going with is English anyways.
Of course.
It's just, there's no question the fact that it's going to be English. So yeah, maybe there is some like advancement, which one I do think that like Rocky's kind is way more advanced in my opinion. And
I mean, did you see his spaceship? Damn.
Yeah. It's like very clearly how much more advanced they are and stuff like that. But then so maybe he does somehow pick up on it, but the process of doing that and learning language that way makes sense if you were to be like, hold up a ball and you'd be like, this is a ball. And then they were like, and you're like, okay, the word is, that means ball. But he just starts speaking full sentences, and I know it's already a long enough movie. We can't fully explain it, but I'm interested to see how the book explains learning the languages, because I do find that very interesting.
Yeah, I would say like one of my critiques of the movie would be just the way that they chose to pace it, like some of those things. Like I felt like there was a lot of time spent on some aspects that would have been like easily answered in a shorter amount of time. Whereas like we could have spent a little more time on maybe like a montage on how the fuck did this guy figure out who he even is? How did they learn how to communicate so effectively? Like I felt like there were some maybe, I don't know, like some balance issues there. But I didn't, it wasn't a deal breaker for me.
No, absolutely not.
No. Still very much enjoyed it. But at the same time, like that, it raised questions for me of like, how long has it been?
Yes.
Like it's clearly been a long time that he's been up there in a coma. But, and maybe I just missed it because there was a lot going on, but like it was hard for me to tell how long he had been up there, how long between him waking up and him meeting Rocky.
Yeah.
How long they were working on the project together. Like, I just would have liked, I think it would have helped me understand or like just conceptualize it a little bit more if they told us how long this all was.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Because that was like another one of my confusions too, was the fact that he's the only one that actually wakes up alive. So I was like, did he, like, I didn't get also like, is he waking up early? Was he supposed to wake up then? What the fuck else happened to these other two people? And like, that was all weird. And then, yeah, like when in the sequence of things did he wake up? And I feel like there's a really easy solution to it. It's not even necessarily, you wouldn't have to like put it on the screen like day, blah, 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 in space.
Yeah.
But like, I think in The Martian, he like tracks it on something for like his own brain.
Yeah. And
yeah,
I think,
because I agree with that. I like to know. No.
Oh no.
My hat.
Our savior of the universe. I do think like they showed a couple times where he was tracking. Like I know whenever he turned around, sorry, spoiler again, when he turned around to go save Rocky.
Oh yeah.
He was like crossing stuff off. So I think he was tallying the days there. But I think that was one of the only times where we really got an indication of the passage of time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do remember like once in the beginning, it talked about like how far
Sorry, Max is home.
You're good. I do remember one of the times right in the beginning, it talked about like when he was looking for where he was and how far away from Earth he was. And it said like something like 4 years and blah, 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 blah days. And he was like, oh, we're by the sun. Like, what the heck? That can be right. And then he was like, that's not our sun. Like, so yeah, you obviously know it's a long ass time, but
yeah, it's hard to tell,
especially because like sometimes during it, like again, I don't actually feel this way, but I was just like, okay, collect more astrofuge and then go home.
Yeah, like why is it so hard? Yeah,
like it's literally not that hard.
Right, exactly.
Just collect it.
Yeah, it's like they could figure all this out, but they couldn't figure out how to get you home. Come on. One thing, too, that you mentioned, and I don't care if I spoil this for Max, but the other people that didn't wake up, like...
Right.
I know that she said, like, when they were going to go up there, that putting them into the medically induced coma makes it, like, a lot... it's super risky. Like, they're not even going to wake up. They might not even wake up. It just seems like a huge waste of effort and time and like all of this to send these people up, only 3 people, with such a high probability that multiple or all of them will die before they even wake up.
Right.
Especially knowing that it's going to take them years to even get where they need to go. And they're like, we have to launch in 3 days.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't spend a little more time trying to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Earth's going to die in like 30 years or something. Like, we've got a little bit of time to try and make sure that this make sure that this mission is a little bit more sound.
Yeah.
That bothered me.
I agree with that. I do have thoughts on just, Mastermind Eva in general.
I do want to hear your thoughts on her.
Yeah, I want to hear your thoughts.
Because I have some thoughts too.
Yeah, me too. We both have thoughts. That's crazy. What? So, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying. But I actually did fully forget what you were just saying. So I'm going to hand it right back to you.
Well, we can move on to talk about Eva. Because it kind of wraps into that.
Yeah, what you were saying prompted me to talk about her because, oh, yes, it was like her idea, obviously, amongst other people's, to put them in the medically induced coma and therefore send them up to space, like buying them time at like not being awake and using resources and going out of their mind, but then also the chance that they wouldn't wake up. So I guess like, hopefully these scientists actually just know what they're doing and that like putting them in this medically induced coma and having a robot wake them up, there's a more likely chance of survival rather than having them be traveling for like 4 years plus probably up to where they need to be, going out of their minds with only the 3 of them, also then using resources and food and having to have all of that on there, as well as like human waste and having to deal with all that. And because they talk about that stuff more in The Martian, which I like the food and water and all of that stuff is a bigger topic. So I guess that would be a reason why, these hopefully smart people might decide that. But yeah, the whole thing, I guess they also preface with how risky it is, which I found very interesting based on like Eva, who's the head of the program, like the entire time it's very clear that it's like either we're doing this mission and we're going to try to save the Earth or we have essentially no time left.
Option.
And maybe we have 30 years. I think she says 30 years before a fourth of the population dies off. And that's if all of the like leaders of the world work together to disperse food, which we know will never happen.
Won't happen. Exactly.
Yeah. And I always like think about then in like real life too, because there's obviously like crazy climate issues and stuff like that we need a lot of people's cooperation on. And we're just ignoring it.
Well, that's the thing too. Like I saw someone say online, like, this sci-fi movie, there's like a lot of unrealistic things, but the most unrealistic is that multiple world leaders are working together to try and figure out how to save the planet. Like that's just not going to happen.
No.
So, space movies always like make me and obviously other people like feel very existential and insignificant and sometimes like cause me anxiety. But this one specifically did not cause me anxiety for like, oh, like, we're so small and whatever. It caused me anxiety because it was like, this is kind of a real possibility.
Yeah.
And
very.
There's no way that world leaders will get together like this. Also, sorry, kind of a hard shift here, but Eva, she kind of was playing it like fast and loose. Like, I don't know how she got this kind of authority because it seems like she answers to no one. She's really just throwing the book out the window.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah. She's got to be some kind of psychopath. I know she's German, but like, and by that, and nothing against our German friends, I just mean, like, I know that Germans are stereotypically very direct and very, blunt, which I appreciated. But, Grace goes up to her like before the mission, and he's like, it must be really hard for you, like asking astronauts and people to do this, and basically a suicide mission. And she's like, actually, no, not at all. It's like, oh, cool. All right. Yeah, no,
awesome.
Same.
Yeah. Perfect.
Like, what? That's insane.
Yeah, that was perfect because that's actually what I wanted to talk about specifically with her. Was just like her, character in general, and like how truly, she's just doing her own thing. She's the leader somehow, and like collectively gathering all of these world leaders to make this decision. And I just also found it very interesting, like what you were saying about how she's just like, this is what we have to do. Like, we're going to be fine with it. And I have, like, I guess 2 questions for you. And the first is that, maybe that's not my first one. I guess my main question was like, would you go on the mission? If, let's say, you had the skill sets or they like picked you, knowing that you were going to like die at the end, but possibly save the world.
See, this is tough for me because like I was thinking about this the whole time, and I would be exactly like Grace. I would be like, even if I have the knowledge, like I just don't have it in me to pull this off. And that's, probably speaks more to my my self-doubt. But like I think also just from like a mental standpoint, I don't think I could like do it, Like I think I'd get up there and I'd go crazy, even if it wasn't a suicide mission. Like if I'm in space, I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Any type of transportation anyways, I'm already super high anxiety. So if you put me on a spaceship and there's literally no way, no escape hatch, like if I leave this ship, I will implode. Like I'm already in a bad headspace. If you put the extra pressure on me of I have to save the world, I'm going to jump out the spaceship. Like I can't handle it.
Yeah.
So no, it wouldn't be for me. And if they forcibly put me on there, I don't know if I'd rise to the occasion.
I think you're giving yourself no credit at all.
100%.
Occasion.
Well, I'd give it a shot.
Just like Grace.
I am. That's why I've really connected with this character. I have issues.
I feel like more people than not would be in that position, though. I think, like, ultimately, I know that I would never willingly choose to go to space. Like, I could have, been an astronaut and had that dream. But, like, no, fuck that. But for me, I think that it kind of would have been, I guess, a fairly easy decision. Like, if I was a scientist and had those, like, skills, I definitely would have wanted to go.
I know
would
you
do it now with no skills.
You would go on a suicide mission to save the Earth without skills to do that.
If they said, whatever you've got, girl, yeah.
All right. I mean,
I get to save the Earth.
Yeah. No. Go for it.
Yeah. And so that's, I also wanted to ask how you feel if you were in Eva's position. Would you be would it be not easy, but like, would you be able to be as like harsh and like kind of black and white about it of like, nope, you're going and this is to save the world. It's either you guys do this now or everyone dies. So like, that's an easy choice.
I mean, like, I obviously understand her mentality of like, this is the means to an end to save the greatest number of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, she just had no empathy at all.
Yeah.
She was just sending people off to their death and like, it's not hard at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I were in that position, like I would obviously have to make the same choice in terms of sending those people up. I would not have done what she did to Grace.
Yeah, I was going to say we can give that spoiler away unless Max is still in the room.
He's gone. But that, honestly, like, I think I cried at that part.
Shocked me.
Yeah, that really shook me. But honestly, that's part of what made me love the movie so much was because, like, I was just not expecting it.
No.
And it adds, like, another element of, like, he didn't get the choice to be put up there. Like, he was forcibly put onto this mission.
Yeah.
And he had to rise to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
But that was really fucked up.
So messed up.
Yeah.
Like, and again, she can't, there's no way she reports to anyone because the ethics of that are insane.
But then again, it's the government. Like, what are they?
That's true.
What are they going to do?
U.S. Even if it's straight up the U.S. government, they'd be
they don't care.
Awesome.
They don't care.
He's on the ship. American hero.
Exactly. Yeah. If they even let anyone know he's on the ship, he's got no family.
None.
Which she made very clear. Which
he
is
doesn't
probably
even have
why
a dog.
Which is probably why she felt so fine doing it. Be like, this guy has literally no one. Let's just put him under, send him up. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, to be fair, staying on Earth and doing nothing is a suicide mission too.
Exactly.
So, like, if it is the greatest chance, and apparently she really did believe in him, or if she was just like, we don't have anyone else. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it interesting too. Like, I want to know her background because I feel as though even if you're like the project manager of all of this, that you have to have some science background because obviously you understand all of this. So, like, why wasn't she going to be the one to do it?
Right.
If these people die. Also, they had backups for everyone. So why are the backups in the same room if they're testing explosives? Because that's how it occurs that this guy has to go.
Right.
Because there's so many things we didn't like explain and stuff like that. But he's literally open, like you see him on the ship. But then the next scene where you're like figuring out about his life is him as a middle school teacher. So then you're like, you keep getting these bits of information as to how he ended up on this ship. And the like last couple of them are the fact that the person who was supposed to go and the backup both died in an accident on like their facilities, research facilities. And then he is forced to go by just being put into a medical coma by Eva and that Carl, little bodyguard.
That really hurt me. I did love him, but it just hurt when he was like struggling and he was like Carl, and Carl couldn't help him.
Yeah. I forgot what he says to him, but
I forgot too.
Yeah, it was something like, "Oh, you know who you are.
Oh,
like you can do it," or something.
Yeah,
like
that really got me too.
Yeah.
This movie came at a time that I really needed it. Honestly,
I love that for you.
I mean, I don't know if I would because I'm going through it. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying too, where people are like, this movie is just too silly and like whatever. It's like it's got a lot of elements here.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah. If you can just
and I think that's
see
like,
past
exactly
pretentious ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's like what I was saying a little bit earlier, and I also feel like, yeah, it's not even like you have to see past like the funniness, because I just think like it's too simple in life to like think that people can't be funny and silly while also doing these like crazy, incredibly intellectual things. I mean,
exactly.
Look at us.
I know. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I totally agree.
Okay, one other like thing I just have to know before we wrap up our discussion on like, I guess Eva specifically is, okay, maybe it's just me. Were we supposed to be picking up like a little like fuck me vibes between Grace and Eva? Were we supposed to be?
I got that too. There was 100% sexual tension, and like specifically when she was singing, I really thought they were both gonna leave there and just rip each other apart.
Yeah,
but then again,
crazy.
Like, it's hard because Ryan Gosling has such like sexual magnetism where he has chemistry with he had chemistry with The Rock. Like, Rocky and Grace could have had sex and I wouldn't have questioned it.
No.
Like, so it's hard because I saw it too, but I wonder, was there sexual tension or is it just Ryan Gosling?
I completely agree with that dilemma. For me, I kind of was picking it up, but I think one thing that had to have been somewhat intentional is when they brought up Rocky's mate And he said that. He's like, you have a mate? And then Rocky asked Grace if he has a mate. And he's like, there was, I had someone, whatever. Like, and then Rocky's like, well, maybe when you go back home, you'll like find someone. And right after that, it goes back to a scene in the past. And it's them two walking towards the thing before the explosion happens. And they're having like a very intimate conversation.
Ooh.
And then the singing comes. And then the next scene we see them is them like walking and chatting. Yeah. Another intimate conversation. Explosion happens.
Yeah. Well, I wonder.
So I just I felt like it brought up the mate thing, and then like the next scene was the two of them, and I was like,
yes.
And then she sings.
Right. Although I don't think that he was talking about her when he mentioned...
No.
Oh, okay. You're just saying like the connection in general.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm just saying that like, again, I agree with the vibes that Ryan Gosling gives off.
Yes.
But
there was still... They knew what they were doing there.
Yes. He's talking about someone else in the past that obviously we never meet and stuff. But then Rocky literally says like, maybe when you go home, you'll meet your mate. And he's like, yeah. Maybe when I go home, because I think at that point, like he maybe hasn't said anything to Rocky yet, which is also another devastating part. Yeah. But then it just flashes to the scene of the two of them. So no, sorry, that probably was
I see what you're
but
saying.
I don't think, I just think it was like then planted in my head that I was like, okay, I am maybe supposed to be picking up on something here. And then I think that makes, because you have that inkling in the back of your head, it makes the fact that she like, I guess, quote unquote, betrays him and puts him in a medically induced coma and forces him to go on this ship even harder, because you're like, you were like tight. What?
But she's not tight with anyone, man. I think she's ready to cut that shit off at any moment.
I thought you were going to say that she was a lesbian.
Oh, you know what? She very well could have been.
She might be.
She was giving those vibes as well. But a lot of really good knitwear in this movie, too. Sorry, that's a total. I just wanted to say, like, the sweaters were impeccable.
Your sweater's impeccable.
Thank you. Well, I am Dr. Grace.
Just like me with my hat and my brown
you're Rocky and you save the world. Exactly. One word on her karaoke, on Eva's karaoke. So yeah, she sings Harry Styles' Sign of the Times, which is a fantastic song.
Honestly, and a great choice.
Yeah, it was perfect. I love when she sang like one chorus and she goes, "That's enough," and just like runs away. It was so good.
Very fitting for her personality.
Yeah. But one person on Letterboxd, their review was just like 5 stars. Imagine if she got up there and sang Watermelon Sugar instead. And honestly, it probably would have been better for the vibes. Like she probably should have.
I got the same sexual energy from Signs of the Time as I would have from Watermelon Sugar.
100%. I mean, I don't care what people say. Like, Sign of the Times is a love song.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Before we sing that song, we didn't really talk about the actual very, very end. And I know that you had like a question about that. Do you still have that, or do we just skip to singing?
We can just skip to singing. I mean, basically, the end leaves more questions.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Whatever. We don't need to ask those questions.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah.
I think he stays.
I think he stays too, because why the fuck would he go back? He doesn't have anyone. He doesn't even have a dog. No. And Eva literally sent him up to die. So
right. He saved the earth, like.
Right. So I mean, that's the thing too, is like, did he save the earth? Like, he sent the stuff back down for them to figure it out, and he was like, hopefully you guys got it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he did the mission he set out to do. He did all he could do.
That's true.
You know what? He did enough to get back. Like,
he did more than enough.
Yeah, because I think so foreseeably, the way I like pictured it in my like rose-colored glasses head is that like he sent it back. The Earth is saved because they are able to figure it out with all the information. He obviously lives like this is known in history for all this work he did and meeting this alien and blah, 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 blah. But then he gets to stay on this planet. And I think the reason we know that somehow it works out that it's saved is because he's on Eridiana, whatever Rocky's planet is, he's there, and he's also teaching there, like living there. So they had to have, they had to have saved their planet, who's facing the same problem. Therefore, if Earth can't fucking figure it out, and they figured it out, then whatever. No, I'm just kidding, because I'm on Earth, so I care.
But like,
foreseeably they would have figured it out, and
yeah, I would think so. And such like kind of a lighthearted movie, like you would think that they wouldn't just be like, and Earth dies.
But Rocky lives.
Yes.
And here's the thing about Americans, they'll be fine with that.
Yeah, totally.
Rocky lives.
As long as Rocky lives, I truly do not care what else happens. Oh boy. Okay, well, do you think we should sing?
Yeah, we should. Just stop your crying. It's sign of the times. We gotta get away from here. We gotta get away from here. Just stop your crying. It'll be alright. They told me that the end is near. We gotta get away from here. Before. Why are we always talking running from the bullet? The bullet. We've been here before.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't.
That's
know
just
where
a
we were
little
going.
bridge work. No problem.
Yeah, a little bridge work. How was that, Austin?
You can just put that together, mix it.
Oh,
yeah.
See, he doesn't know. He doesn't.
He doesn't know. Amaze.
Amaze. Question? Oh.
Too cute. Well, watermelon sugar. Hi. Bye.
Bye. All right. Well, thank you for coming along with us to chat about Project Hail Mary. Oh, should we give it our ratings?
Sure.
What would you rate it out of 5? Out of 5 stars. We're doing letterbox ratings.
Why not?
You give it 5? Okay, I give it a solid 4.
Oh.
Well, just because 5 is for like perfect, and it wasn't like my favorite movie ever.
So only one
good.
gets a 5 for you.
Like only one movie?
Yeah.
No.
Only a couple.
I have multiple that have 5 stars. This wasn't a 5-star for me, but it was a solid 4.
As someone who has no ratings on Letterboxd, this will be my first Letterboxd and my first 5 stars.
Woo!
Follow me on Goodreads.
Where she hasn't read this book. All right. Well, thank you all for joining.
Yes.
Once again, I'm Laurel.
And I'm Abby.
And this has been
a bit niche.
It's a bit niche.
Bye.
Like, comment, subscribe, statement.
Save the earth.
Save our mother. Amaze. Fist my bump.
Fist my bump.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.